Is the author of 2 books on infidelity. I'm going to talk about 2 men and their different reactions to having an affair. So the first man, everything seems fine on the outside about his marriage, but on the inside, he's dissatisfied. He's married about 20 years. Things are boring with his wife. The sex isn't that great anymore. He decides to look for somebody else. He finds somebody at the gym. He finds a woman. They start to get intimate, having an affair. What happens next? Well, after a couple of years, the new woman puts pressure on him. Are you going to marry me or not? He decides to leave his wife, get a divorce, and leave his family, leave his wife. What does he say a couple of years after that? He says, the biggest mistake I ever made. Why does he say that? It was so passionate, so wonderful, so ecstatic, so vital. He never felt so good in his life. Well, because he says he's now experiencing the negative effects of having an affair. He misses the long-term relationship with his wife, the comfortable relationship with his first wife. He misses his children. He has to plan to see his children. He can't just see them in a normal way. He has financial effects. He's supporting his first children from his first marriage and his second family. Puts a lot of financial pressure on him. And also, the sex isn't as great as it was in the beginning with his new second wife. Because time has put a burden on the marriage. Time makes the sex pass somewhat. So he's kind of unhappy. He says, the biggest mistake I ever made. Why does he say this? Because he experienced all the negative effects of having an affair, some of the positive ones too, but mostly negative. Let's talk about a second man. He meets somebody at the gym, starts an intimate relationship, or is having an affair. And after a while, his wife finds out about it. He didn't think she knew, but she does know. She says, are you staying or leaving? He decides to stay. Why does he decide to stay? Because he's heard about the negative effects of having an affair on the second marriage. He would miss the long-term comfortable relationship with his wife. He would miss seeing his children on a regular basis. He would have financial effects. He decides to stay with his wife. What does he say about 2 years later about the effects of the affair? He says, almost says, I would do it again. Because it was so wonderful, so vital, so exciting, so sexy. And he didn't experience any negative effects of having an affair. He almost says, I would do it again. So 2 different reactions. One man says, the biggest mistake I ever made, because he did experience the negative effects of having an affair. The other man says, almost says, I would do it again. But he didn't experience most of the negative effects. His wife may be angry with him from time to time, may feel guilty about having the affair, but no negative effects, basically. So there we have the 2 different reactions to having an affair. Food for thought. I'm the co-author of the script, the 100% absolutely predictable things men do when they cheat, and the author of the Affair Playbook, What Happens in an Affair, how Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's divorce provides some insights. Thank you for listening.